Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Game From Scratch, and Humble wants all your money, game developers. They've got a ton of game dev bundles going on. We'll go over a few of the rest of them later on, but the new one they just launched this weekend was the Ultimate Assets and Sounds bundle. Now, I figured the best way to show it to you was to actually show it to you. So here is a quick Godot 4 project I threw together showcasing some of the assets in this bundle. So in the background here, we have some audio. I'll go ahead and play it. This is just sort of like fantasy ambient sounds from one of the packs. Now, I'll go ahead and stop playing that right now. So we get some audio packs in here. You get voiceovers and stuff like that. On top of that, you'll see here we have an animated character right here. I used just a couple of the frames of sprites available for him, but there are maybe 70 or 80 different animation sets available for this guy in a variety of different weapon armaments, so mage and spear and sword and so on for this character. So you can see we got animated characters in here as well. And then the other thing you'll notice is we have a tile map going on here. I got a couple different tile sets going on. So here is one of the tile sets. Here is the village tile set here, everything you need to create tile-based maps. So for example, I am in the tree layer of my map. Let's go down here, find us a tree, select the bits of the tree, head on down here, and boom, new tree in our world. So everything you need to create a variety of different pixel art style games are available in this pack. So this pack is, again, called the Ultimate Assets and Sound Bundle. This is from the GameDev Marketplace. A variety of stuff organized into tiers. You buy a $100 value tier, you get all the tiers below it. You decide how your money is allocated between Humble, Charity, the publisher, and if you so choose, and thank you so much if you do, to help support Game From Scratch. Now, this guy is organized into 3 tiers. The topmost tier is $25 USD. The bottommost tier is $1, and then the middle tier is the average price tier, which generally is a bad buy because most people either buy this one or this one, making this one kind of just, again, a bad buy. So at the $1 tier, you're getting Fantasy World ambient loops. I think that is actually where I got that one wave file from. The game character demon voice pack, the medieval village pixel art tile set, which I think is what I used for the settings in this over here. I think ultimately, if you look at this map that I created, and I go out of here so I'm not in the, so this guy right there, I believe it was actually created using assets from the $1 tier. The Super Pixel Cave, the Super Pixel Dungeon, and the Royal RPG Pixel Art GUI. By the way, any one of these you can click, drill down on it. Now, they're all from different creators potentially on the site, so you're going to have different art styles and so on. But any one of these, you can click on it, it will bring you to the GameDev Marketplace. Another thing you want to be aware of is licensing. When it comes to the GameDev Marketplace, the license is pretty straightforward. You can use these in any kind of commercial project you wish. You just can't use them in like assets. You can't sell them as other asset packs, so you couldn't upload them to the Unity Asset Store, for example. And that also means that you couldn't use them in an open source project. Just one of those things to be aware of. All right, so we go to the middle tier. You're getting the Builder Game Audio Pack, the Vibrant Game Audio Pack, the Game Character Dwarf Voice Pack, the Game Character Giant Voice Pack, the Game Character High Elf Voice Pack, and then you're getting a bunch of 16 by 16 pixel RPG tile sets for Village, Dreamland, Dungeon, and Dreamland Desert. So we've got also Dreamland Winter, Village, and Dreamland Desert. And then we've got another one here of Caves. And then we've got the Lorien Kingdom pixel art characters. That is actually the one that I showcased over here. This little guy right here is from that pack. I'll show you the contents of that in just a second. If you like that art style, you're also getting the Burning Demon pixel art monster asset and the Skeleton Warriors pixel art asset from the same fellow. As well as that, you're getting the Super Pixel Effects Pack 1 and the Super Objects and Items Pack. You're getting the Highland Environment Pixel Art Tile Set and the Forest Environment Pixel Art Tile Set. So a lot of tile sets here if you're working with 2D graphics and you're using something like Godot, Game Maker Studio, Tiled Editor, LDTK, etc. Great packs for you to set up there. And then we're getting more in the audio, card game audio pack, puzzle game audio pack, fantasy game audio pack, the Undead Character Voice Pack, the Game Character Witch Doctor Voice Pack, the Game Character Pirate Voice Pack, Old School Modern RPG Assets. That's a really strange old school modern, but then we got the Omega Modern Graphics Pack, the Sci-Fi RPG and Characters Pack, the Character RPG Sprites Fantasy Dreamland, Enemy RPG Sprites Fantasy Dreamland, another 16 by 16 tile set of interiors, and then City. pixel art tile set collection, and then everything we talked about earlier on. So you're seeing a lot from the same kind of creators out here with the same pixel art style, so they should be pretty consistent between them. Now, obviously, some of these aren't going to mesh well with others, but for the most part, there is a cohesiveness to the art style. The only one that really kind of jumped out at me as being a vastly different art, well, this one has kind of a different perspective to them, like these 16 by 16 packs. And then I found this one, the graphics, the setup of them just look so much different than all of the rest of the assets in this bundle. But otherwise, it all should be fairly useful to you. In terms of what you actually get, it's on Humble servers, anywhere from like a gigabyte plus for the audio packs to just, so the loops pack here, the Fantasy World Ambience loop pack, for example, has things like birds chirping in the background, so on and so forth. That one is 7 gigs in size, whereas some of these things are like 2 megs or 600 kilobytes. So pixel art is pretty small. This one I think is by far the smallest at 15.3 kilobytes. Nice thing here is you can download these things over and over again from the Humble server. You're not getting updates though, so literally as it is sold here is what you are getting. So you're not getting redemption keys or anything like that. You're getting a snapshot in time of what the asset is all about. And if you're wondering in terms of what you get, so here are a couple of them. For example, the Fantasy Game Audio Pack here, you get it in 16-bit and 24-bit audio. We'll just extract that one out. You get kind of a table of contents. You get the licensing as well, but you get a breakdown of all the various different pieces that are in this guy. And then you're going to notice here, the kind of stuff that you're getting in that pack, for example, is a number of footsteps, UI things, actions. So, for example, hitting stuff, and so on. So you're getting a ton of audio packs in there. You get some footsteps, you get some footstep, and so on. So if you're looking to piss off audio, if you're looking to up your audio library a bit, could be a good pickup for you there. In terms of the other environments, so let's go take a look at that character. So here is the Lorien character pack. Comes in 2 formats, either a sprite sheet or individual sprites. Sprite sheets, for example, here you can see it's a single like PNG image with all the sprites compressed together. Or if you want, and I actually, for character sprites, I find it easier to work with the individual frames. Over here, you're going to see all of the different things. So you got, let's go to hero. You're going to see different kinds of, so archer, mage, shield bearing, spear bearing, and sword. The sword guy is the one I used. Broke into 3 categories here. All of the individual frames. So you got, see down below, idle, idle 1, idle 2, idle 3. So a number of different idle frames to go from, running, walking, etc. And there are 3 categories of that for the heroes with the sword. And then on top of that, again, you're getting all of the various different weapon formats, and you're getting in a number of different varieties here, setups here. So tons of frames of animation for the variety of different characters in this particular pack. And do keep in mind, there are a few packs from this particular creator, so there's also the skeleton pack, etc. And then when it comes to the tile art, so let's go to the forest environment, for example. Here is the forest art. Come on in here. You see here the indoor decor. So, for example, the bushes are all available here. Now, one thing is they are not compounded into a single texture atlas or sprite sheet. So you're going to want to use something like Texture Builder from Code and Web as an example. So here are a number of ground tiles in this pack, and here are a number of grass tiles, and so on. So what you may want to do is just drag this entire archive or folder structure into something like Tile Pack, or turn it into a single entity, and you are good to go. So that is the example of the art packs, and they're all like that. So the Medieval Village, for example, same deal. Here you can see a preview of what you can actually do with it. So there is an example of using the various different tiles to create your art asset, or you can pull them in the individual pieces, which again, you can merge together into a single sprite atlas and use at your will. This kind of functionality is built into the Godot game engine, for example. So if you want to build something like I have done for this little demo right here, you can do so. I think I'm going to actually take the time to do Godot 4 2D tutorial at some point in the near future, and I'm just going to use the art assets from this pack because they seem like a very good choice. So if you are looking for some 2D assets, definitely an interesting bundle in that regard. So again, everything is downloadable as many times as you wish from their servers. The license allows you to use them commercially. It's just if you're working in a team, I think you're going to each need a license, at least if you're working on the art asset side of things. Not going to work great in an open source project, and obviously you cannot resell them as assets anywhere else. But otherwise, you are fine in this regard. As I mentioned earlier on, there are a ton of Humble bundles going on right now aimed at game developers. We also have the So this is the new one here. We got the Unity Tools bundle, which is a repeat or an encore. We got the Unity Art bundle. I did a video on these as well. There is the Game Dev training course from GameDev TV for making game art in Blender. The music special, which is basically just a bunch of samples. I stopped covering the music stuff because it's so common, and I don't know if you guys are really that interested in. Let me know if you want me to cover those in more depth in the future. I kind of killed out on it because there's so many of them these days. But then we've also got 2 Unreal Engine packs, so the Ultimate Game Dev Assets bundle and the Unreal Nature bundle. And then finally, this pack is going on for GDevelop as well, so I covered that in the past. Now, interestingly enough, we have the Ultimate Game Dev Assets bundle and the Ultimate Assets and Sounds bundle. So I think Humble might be overusing the word ultimate right now, but it is a solid bundle for sure. If you want to go ahead and check that one out, it is available for the next couple of weeks. If you're into pixel art or you need to kind of increase your sound effects library, could be a good pickup for you. Again, it is completely engine agnostic, so if you want to use these in Unreal Unity, the Godot engine, GDevelop, whatever game engine you wish, you're good to go. Or you can use a third-party tool, again, like LDTK or Tiled to create your levels. It's very agnostic in terms of how the stuff is used. So a very solid bundle on the whole, if this is what you're looking for. That is the Ultimate number 2, Assets and Sound bundle from GameDev Marketplace. Let me know what you think of this bundle, and I shall talk to you all later. Goodbye.